I'm in Ybor City, which is in Tampa, Florida. For those of you who watch some of my more recent videos, you'll notice that I've suddenly become obsessed with Cuban sandwiches, which is the sandwich that is originated here in Tampa. And one of the places that everyone keeps talking about is a place called La Segunda. And they have multiple locations in the city here, but the original location is their Central Bakery. So they originally started as a bakery and can still continue to create amazing baked goods every single day. But of course, one of the things that they're known for is their Cuban sandwich. And so I'm going to give it a try today. They started in 1915 and they've been around for this long, so you know they're fantastic. But even without knowing that, just hearing everything that I've heard about them tells me that they are amazing. So let's give it a try. Hopefully I don't make a complete ass of myself. As you can see, there's a lot of delicious baked goods here and still busy. It's the middle of the day here after the lunch rush, so I wasn't sure how busy it might be, but still lots of great things. And ooh, those look delicious. Someday I'll have to try those things out too. There isn't any seating out here, so I'll have to find a place to have it. But as you can see, there's lots of fun stuff going on. There's the bakery, there's back there, they're making all the sandwiches, lots and lots of fun. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, so we'll see what happens. And that is the Cuban sandwich, the anatomy of it, I guess, with the German influence of the sour pickles and the mustard and the Swiss cheese and the Genoa salami, which is Italian influence, the marinated pork there with the Cuban, and the smoked ham with the Spanish. And it's where it all begins. Actually, I should look into exactly who invented it too. Maybe they also did that as well. But either way, they're one of the ones that are known for doing one of the best. And the bread they bake is so amazing that pretty much most of the people that seem to serve Cuban sandwiches here use their bread, because their bread is just so damn awesome. And so they've got that Cuban bread where it's very much like a French baguette, the way I describe it. But obviously there are some differences, but it has that crispy exterior and the sort of softer insides. And so, yeah, look at all those fun baked goods. I wish I knew what they were. Hello. I got the Cuban sandwich. What? So that was like $11.99 plus tax, if anyone's curious. The Cubans here are generally around that range, I think, for a full-size one anyways. If you get a smaller one, it is slightly less, obviously, but yeah. But that's the kitchen. Look at them back there making the sandwiches. Pretty cool. And of course, there's the giant press there, and so I definitely, one of the things that makes them absolutely amazing is when they're pressed. So any sandwich, I think, benefits from being pressed. I don't fully, although I did recently have a friend that said that he didn't like hot sandwiches, and that really confused me, because what kind of a crazy person doesn't like hot sandwiches? I think it's a little controversial whether or not you add the lettuce and tomato. I know some places do. When I was at the West Tampa Sandwich Company, they did. And they make, I mean, they've been around for a while. They know what they're doing. They're pretty traditional there, so maybe it is the way to do it. But I kind of feel like all you need is the meats, as they've outlined there. So yeah, there's some places that put the lettuce and tomato on. It definitely helps to kind of cut down on the bite of some of it. And some of the greasiness. And so I guess it just comes down to personal preference in that category. Unless, of course, there really is a controversy about that too. In which case, someone can tell me. And I will be able to answer that question. Yeah, so put in the comments below. Do you think lettuce and potatoes should be in the Cuban sandwich, even though it's not part of the traditional Cuban sandwich? Do you accept it? Do you hate it? Let's talk about it. And maybe through some group therapy, we can all decide whether it's okay or not. Ooh, that might be mine right there, being buttered up. I do love my butter. Bam. Should anyone really be this fascinated by sandwiches? I don't know, but I am. I still, once again, it just blows my mind that they've been making this sandwich here for over 100 years. I mean, most places won't be able to do something for even, let's say, 5 years max. 10 years, they're dancing in the street. 100 years, that's just crazy. Just grabbed a delicious Cuban sandwich from the Segunda Central Bakery here, and just gotta find a place to enjoy my sandwich. But if I'd give you some shots of the exterior of it until I wander away. I'm gonna try this delicious Cuban sandwich that I just got from La Segunda. I'm sure it's gonna be fantastic. Been looking forward to this. Although I'm gonna try not to hype it up too much in my head, because as we all know, whenever we accidentally hype anything up inside our head, it never lives up to expectations. And it's not the fault of whatever we've hyped up. We've just hyped it up a little bit too much. Okay, so first, wow, this is a big sandwich and really solid. And of course, La Segunda right there. And I'm sure that you know that any sandwich that can stand up like this is a good sandwich. And I like that they chopped it in half here. So apparently one of the distinctions, although salami is probably the biggest one in terms of the distinction between a Cuban sandwich from Miami and a Cuban sandwich from Tampa. There's people are still arguing about that. They're all going all crazy about it. I think it's fine either way. I mean, obviously I like salami, so I don't mind having the salami in there, but if it's not in there, that's not a big deal either, because I've had Cubans without salami and they still tasted delicious. So I'm not going to get to that side of the argument. But one thing I do like is that the Tampa one, they actually chop the sandwich in half, which makes it easier to handle. And you know, once again, it's personal preference which one you prefer, but I do like having the sandwich kind of chopped in half. And I believe that the Cuban one does not. I mean, sort of the Miami one, I believe, yeah, the Miami one does not chop it in half. And that is also a big difference. It just makes it easier to handle. I think they're saying with the not chopping it in half, it keeps the sandwich in one piece so you can eat on the go, and you know, people in Miami have a lot to do, whatever. But 2 pieces isn't too outrageous in terms of being able to manage it. So here it is, you can see, it looks amazing. And on the inside, we've got the salami, the ham, all the roasted meats, the pickles, the mustard. Can't really go wrong with any of that. I'll do this for the thumbnail. All right, so let's dive into this bad boy. You can definitely taste the delicious meats. And I don't know if they put more butter on this one than the other ones do, but definitely get the butter. But so the bread is absolutely phenomenal. So crunchy. And the inside of the bread on the inside has just absorbed the flavors from the sandwich as well. So but I think I also like the fact that the meat and the breads are absolutely the focal points of this, and you taste each one so distinctively. And while I did enjoy having the lettuce and tomato, it's kind of refreshing. I think for me, I definitely prefer it without the lettuce and tomato, just because that way you don't get the flavor is more concentrated. Like I said, I mean, maybe it's because I like meat, so I like to be able to taste the meat. But I'm not anti-vegetable, so don't come at me there. To each his own, but I definitely prefer meat, so. Of all the sandwiches I've had so far, which are just 3, can't decide. I think the one in St. Pete's at the Bodega in Central is still my favorite so far, but they're all really, really close in terms of what I like. And La Segunda and West Tampa Sandwich Shop are really sort of close to each other in terms of how much I like them. But once again, like I said, those 3 could be, you know, there's the separation between them is so small. Like there isn't one that I would say is so significantly different in terms of the quality of it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what your favorites are, and of the ones I've tried so far, let me know how you feel about them. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for for my opinions, but hey, you know, remember, you like what you like, and there's no wrong answer. It's just a beautiful thing to mix in different elements from different cultures. From what I understand, the Cuban has those elements in it because those were the cultures that happen to have lived here in the area. So they all borrowed from each other, learned from each other, and brought it together and make a beautiful thing. Just finished the Cuban sandwich from the amazing La Segunda Bakery in Ybor. They have multiple locations in Tampa, so if you're here, find the one closest to you. If you want the original location, it's the one up in here in Ybor. So like and subscribe if you enjoyed that. If you want me to continue on my Cuban sandwich quest, let me know. And if you have any suggestions, tell me where to go. And until then, I will talk to you guys later. And I'm just gonna keep exploring. So hope you join me on the rest of my journeys and adventures. Ciao.